Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about PowerTex driller. Okay. Last time we saw how the driller was opened up, and we saw how the inner workings of how the driller can be used and what you have to check in as the first place. First, we have to check in whether there is powered on, switch is powered on, so it is switched off. You have put in the thing properly, so the voltage is right, and things like that you have to check. Okay, for now we are not doing all the things, but still you have to check and see that it is cleared up all the places and other things. Now we are not going into details of this. So first thing we want to show what are the different tool bits. This is for putting the tool bit inside the assembly. Okay, so if you have a tool bit like this is called a tool bit. Okay, this you put it inside and you can assemble the thing. Okay, tighten it. Okay, so now I'm going to show some of the things. Okay, for now we'll see what are the things inside. So first thing is you have the power tool right here, and what are the things last time we saw? You can put it on the forward direction or reverse direction, onward or negative. Okay, so this is first thing. We have to go to the manual. Okay, first we have to see what are the different parts of the things within the tool. Okay, it's just a kind of fan or something like that, but something rotating. Okay, so it's a kind of motor or a switch motor or a gear system and things like that. Okay, small gear things and things like that. Okay, and it works on electricity. Okay, electricity and magnetism. Okay, first what are the amateurs that you have? Okay, first let's find out what are the things that is there in the thing. Okay, first thing, if you see at the top you have an assembly kind of thing. Okay, those are different kinds of things inside. Okay, there are different kinds of parts. One is called a chuck wrench. Okay, that is called a chuck wrench. Chuck wrench is the one which is on the top right here. So this is called the chuck wrench. Okay, this chuck wrench is the one wrench. It's called a wrench. Okay, wrench is the one which tightens the thing and holds the tool bit. Okay, drill chuck assembly. Okay, the chuck has an assembly. Okay, drill chuck assembly. This is the drill chuck assembly. Okay, where you have here, this is the drill chuck assembly. Then you have the drive spindle. Okay, so this is the drill chuck assembly. This is you have the drive spindle. Okay, so this is called the drive spindle. This is called the drive spindle. Okay, then you have ball bearings. This is called this is the drive spindle. This is the drill chuck assembly. This is the drive spindle, and this is the ball assembly. Ball assembly is for rotating and lubricating and making it rotating fast and loosen up things and rotate smoothly and keeping it in proper axle. That is why we use ball bearings. Ball bearings is usually used for keeping the axle in proper position. Okay, those kind of things ball bearing is. Otherwise, you don't need ball bearings at all. Cross for shaft. Okay, crisp for shaft. If you have a shaft, you want a crisp and hold the thing within the shaft and things like that, so that you have the crisp for the shaft. Then this is the gear. Okay, this is the gear. This is a small gear which goes inside the whole thing and then looks up within the spindle. It goes into the gear, and that gear has the system to drive all the things here out here. Okay, that gear is rotated. Okay, how the gear is rotated, we have what is called an assembly down here. Okay, this is the first assembly that is down here. Okay, that is called a ball bearing. So first thing, this is the ball bearing, and this is another ball bearing which goes in right here, and then you have this is the first ball bearing, and this is the second ball bearing which is used for this is the first ball bearing, the second ball bearing which is used for rotating the thing. Okay, now we have what is called a ball bearing. Then you have amateur assembly. This is called the amateur assembly. Amateur is what? Amateur assembly. And then you have a stator assembly. Okay, there are two things. One is called an amateur, one is called a stator. Stator is usually used for which is stable, which is held on to the system and it is not moving at all. That is called a stator. And this is called the rotor. Rotor is something which is spinning. Okay, spinning kind of thing, which is action that is coming in. Okay, so they have coils, electrical coils, which is inside here, and sometimes it is inside here actually. Okay, so it is inside here, and these are all the strips which are like magnet kind of thing. Okay, so magnet which gives in polarity, opposite polarity, normal polarity, opposite polarity. Now this one has the amateur assembly has what is called two sets of things, one for forward direction, another one for reverse direction. So that is why we have two here, and this is the system which is got a groove like thing which goes into this kind of clutch kind of thing, and it is work like a clutch or like a clutch or a regulator in a car or something like that. This is a small version of a kind of electrical assembly that goes in. Okay, this is the stator, and this is the bits which is where you put all the things into here and fix it properly, and then you start running the system. Okay, this is the next assembly, which is all the outside kind of things which are used, fuse and how the wiring connection is given and all those things. Once the wiring connection goes in here, then after that it goes, that wire comes in here. So this is where the wire comes in here, and it creates electrical current out here, and they are positioned in such a way that it creates a magnetic field, and that magnet is affected by these two ring magnets, okay, kind of thing, which is plate magnets kind of thing, and that is connected to the your gear. Okay, so the ring magnet is connected to the gear, and that is connected to the stator, and the stator is connected to the electricity kind of thing, and the electrical magnet kind of thing which is generated inside, and you have polarity, and that is why it is. And you have what is called a slip. Slip is a kind of thing which is used north pole, north pole, north pole, south pole. So it creates per cycle number of north poles and south poles it creates, so that you have a complete rotating thing going on. Okay, complete cycle going on. So this cycle depends on the number of rotations. Another thing depends on the kind of voltage which is number of cycles per second. That is what is given here. So if you have say this is 50 hertz, okay, this 50 hertz is the one which determines our number of rotations and other things, and how many number of coils you have to rotate, you have to connect, and the revolutions per minute also is concerned by that. Okay, and the amount of electricity and the amount of voltage that is given, those kind of calculations are done not for mechanical engineers and other things to do, but for now we are doing all this thing and then checking all the things. Okay, so that you have all the parts here, whether everything is fine or something like that. So that is what you are checking down here. Now this is the thing which you have to do, and we saw all the tool bits. Okay, first thing which in order to sharpen the tool bits, some of the tool bits you need something like this, or maybe you can have a sandpaper, or you can even grind it on a sand to make the tool sharpened. Okay, the tools have to be sharpened on this like this or something like that. Sometimes if it's overheating, you can use oil or some other kind of liquid kind of thing which is used, where you can use the dip, and then you cool it a little bit, and then you can use it. This is the kind of tools that is used. This is for what? This is for tightening or loosening the screw. Okay, this is for drilling. This is for drilling. This is for drilling on a wood. Okay, see the drill bit like this. Okay, it has got a flat structure on either end, and after that it goes on. Okay, so this is the same thing as like this. Okay, this is the same thing as like this, except here if you see it is just completely just spindle only. Okay, here that has two flat kind of things, that is used for wood and other things. Okay, this is used for metals. Okay, this is the kind of thing you have to see. Okay, for metal the thing is like this, it will be very sharp, a little bit sharp and flattened at the top usually. But here for wood and other things, you have a flat thing on the surface, okay, and a sharp thing on the top. A flat thing on the surface and the top thing on the top, so that you have a rotation going on, and there is a small kind of split like this, okay, which cuts through the wood. Okay, those kind of things. Now we are not going to run the whole thing because we don't know how to use all the things. This is for holding the things. Okay, if you want to hold a special tool bit or something like that, you can use it. This is holder kind of thing. You can assemble it inside and then use it. Okay, we just see some of the things. This is the one which is used, okay, to do all the holding and kind of tightening the things and then going on to the things, and okay, so now we do one of the things. Okay, this is the lightening of the screw and other things. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, for now we'll see how it works.